Do you remember the last time you had a choice to make? Maybe it was deciding what to wear or what to eat. These day-to-day decisions don't seem like a big deal, right? But did you know that every single choice you make in life is driven by one powerful force? The answer might surprise you. You see, every decision we make is actually a vote for the type of person we want to be. It's a vote for our identity. Now, this might sound like a small thing, but it's actually one of the biggest secrets to happiness that no one ever talks about. So let me explain. Have you ever felt stuck in life? Like there was something you really wanted to do or a dream you really wanted to pursue, but you just couldn't seem to get yourself to take that first step? What I've discovered is that the problem isn't lack of motivation or willpower. It's much more subtle than that. You see, when we make choices, we don't just consider the options in front of us, we also consider who we want to be. We ask ourselves, will this choice make me a kind, compassionate person? Will it make me someone I can be proud of? These are the types of questions that drive our decisions, whether we realize it or not. For example, let's say you have a big project at work that has been assigned to you and your team. You put a lot of effort into it and it's almost done. But then something unexpected happens and your boss asks you to do something else that will delay your project. What would you do in this situation? Would you agree to help out? Or would you refuse and stick to your original plan? Your decision will depend on the type of person you want to be. If you want to be seen as a helpful and reliable coworker, you might agree to help out even if it means delaying your project. On the other hand, if you want to be known as someone who gets things done on time and doesn't take on extra responsibilities, you might refuse and stick to your original plan. Either way, the decision you make will shape the way others see you, and it will also shape the way you see yourself. Now, this might sound like a small thing, but it's actually one of the most important concepts in psychology. You see, our decisions aren't just about what we choose to do, they're also about who we choose to be. When we make decisions that align with our desired identity, we feel good about ourselves. When we make decisions that don't align with our desired identity, we feel bad about ourselves. Let's take another example. Let's say you're on a diet and you've been doing really well. You've been eating healthy foods and exercising regularly. But then one day you go out with friends and they take you to your favorite fast food restaurant. You tell them that you're on a diet and you don't want to cheat, but they insist and say it's just one meal. It won't hurt. So what would you do? Would you stick to your diet and refuse to eat fast food? Or would you cheat and eat whatever you want? This is a classic example of an identity-based decision. Your decision will depend on the type of person you want to be. If you want to be seen as someone who is disciplined and committed to their goals, you will stick to your diet and refuse to eat fast food. On the other hand, if you want to be known as someone who enjoys life and doesn't deprive themselves of the things they love, you will cheat and eat whatever you want. Again, either way, the decision you make will shape the way others see you, and it will also shape the way you see yourself. So now you might be thinking, okay, so what's the big deal? We all have to make decisions based on our identity, of course. But here's the thing. We don't always know what our identity is. Sometimes we have multiple identities or conflicting values. For example, let's say you're a hardworking student who wants to get good grades, but you also value your friendships and don't want to spend all your time studying. You might struggle with the decision of how to balance your studies and your social life. In situations like these, we often need to define our identity before we can make a decision. We need to ask ourselves, what do I value? What do I want my life to be like? Once we have a clear sense of our identity, it's easier to make decisions that are in line with our goals and values. But here's the best part. By becoming more aware of the role that identity plays in our decision-making, we can actually use it to our advantage. You see, our identity isn't fixed. It's constantly evolving and changing. This means that we can actually change our identity to become the type of person we want to be. For example, let's say you want to become a more positive person. You can start by making small changes to your daily routine, like writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day or practicing positive self. Over time, these small changes will add up and you'll start to see yourself as a more positive person. And when you see yourself as a more positive person, you'll start making decisions that are in line with that identity. You'll be more likely to focus on the good things in life and less likely to dwell on the negative. So the next time you find yourself struggling to make a decision, ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Because ultimately, our decisions are a reflection of who we are, not just what we want. You see, The secret to happiness isn't just about making the right decisions, it's about making decisions that are aligned with our desired identity. And the beauty of it all is that we can actually change our identity. We have the power to shape who we are and who we want to be. And that brings us back to the original question. Have you ever felt trapped by your own thoughts and choices? Well, the truth is that we often get trapped by our own minds because we forget that we have the power to change our thoughts and our choices. We think that our thoughts and decisions are fixed and unchangeable, but that's just not true. Our thoughts and decisions are shaped by our identity, and our identity is constantly evolving and changing. This means that we can change our thoughts and decisions by changing our identity. And the best part is that we have complete control over our identity. We can choose what we want to be, and we can change it whenever we want to. So if you're feeling trapped, know that you have the power to free yourself. All you need to do is change your identity. Think about the kind of person you want to be and start acting like that person. Over time, your thoughts will change and you'll find yourself making different decisions that lead you in a new direction. This might not be easy, but it is possible, and the rewards are immeasurable. When you live a life that's true to who you are, you'll be happier and more fulfilled. You'll have a sense of purpose and direction that you've never felt before. I know this might sound like a lot of pressure, but it's actually quite simple. All you need to do is decide what kind of person you want to be and start acting like that person. It's really that simple. For example, if you want to be someone who is confident, start acting like someone who is confident. Make eye contact with people. Speak up in meetings. Take risks. As you do these things, you'll start to feel more confident. You'll start to believe that you are someone who is confident. And once you believe it, it will become your reality. I know this sounds easy in theory, but it can be difficult in practice. Changing your identity is a process that takes time and effort. It's not something that happens overnight. But if you're willing to put in the work, the results will be worth it. So if you're feeling stuck or trapped, I encourage you to think about your identity. Who do you want to be? How do you want to live your life? Once you have a clear sense of your identity, start acting like that person. Make decisions that are aligned with your values and goals. Over time, you'll start to see positive changes in your life. You'll start to feel more happy, more fulfilled, and more in control of your destiny. Remember, you are not trapped. You are free, and it's up to you to decide what kind of person you want to be and how you want to live your life. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends and family. Until next time.